Afternoon.
Very good afternoon, ma'am.
So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, ma'am. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So, since we are meeting
Uh,
for the first time, so could you please introduce yourself?
thank you for this opportunity, ma'am. So, I'm Aditya from Odisha. I've done my bachelor's degree in English language, and currently I'm doing my master's in English language. And apart from that, I'm also working as a teacher for a temporary period of time. It is not a permanent job. And if I talk about my hobbies are playing cricket, watching movies, doing photography, videography. That's all about myself now.
Okay, nice.
So now, can you please introduce yourself, ma'am?
Sure. My name is Nootan and I'm from Mathura. And I'm a homemaker. I run a YouTube channel as well. And I'm blessed with two kids. And I'm graduate. And this is all. Thank you.
What's your hobby, ma'am?
My hobbies are reading books, singing, dancing, cooking food. So, how long have you been learning this English language?
Yeah, ma'am, it's not even 15 days. Yeah, I've recently opened this channel, and it is like my fifth or
Could you
seventh
please speak a
session.
louder? Could you
Uh,
speak a little bit louder? Because your voice coming so slowly.
okay, ma'am, just
It's not even a month, and I've just recently started learning this language because, as I told you, I'm working as a teacher in English language. So, whenever I try to communicate with my students, I generally have the issues, speaking to them in English language. And in schools also, there are so many days observed, special days are observed in school, like 15th August, January 26th.
Yeah.
So on all these special days, you have to, give a speech, or speak something in front of students. So that's where the problem started. It really made me feel very bad that I was not able to, communicate or speak to them in English language. So that was really a bad experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, since it's not our mother tongue, so it happens that talking in English language it's not really easy, effortless. First of all, we need to
And
work hard.
what about you, ma'am? How long have you been doing this?
See, I it's been 3 years since when I started making my own videos. Okay.
So it's been a journey of 3 years and still continuing.
Not, no, no, no. I would not tell you that, yeah, I'm so much, perfect. Yes, I have been doing this. I have been making my own videos. Okay, and but the thing was that I was not consistent enough, and that is why I didn't have that much, capability. I would say to talk with people like this kind of,
And
conversational video
uh,
talk.
how many videos have you uploaded till date?
I don't remember. I think 250 plus.
250, that's a huge number, ma'am. And do you see any improvement,
Yes.
you compare with your initial days, how
Yes.
I don't think you were struggling in the past, but you might have some issues in the past.
Yeah, I did have a lot of hurdles, I would say, because that moment I didn't have any partner first of all, and the other thing was that I was just talking with myself in front of the camera. So sometimes it feels like the content is missing. I don't have the content. Earlier I used to think like that. There's some
It's like your voice is
some
breaking
glitch
down.
everything. Yeah. What? Could you please repeat it again? What were you saying?
The thing that I would like to ask you, so what made you decide that you need to work on these stuffs?
Okay, it's my passion, first of all. Learning English language and having a
And
good
how did
command.
you develop this passion?
It's, I think it's within myself, I would say. Since my childhood, I used to think like that. I wish I could speak in English. I wish I could have such a good command over English. But I didn't have. So there, I would not say there I had that, I took that decision that I need to do such things. No. 3 years ago, I decided that I need to do something. And I just stepped ahead and took one decision that I need to talk in front of the camera.
Yeah. So, do you have any topic in your mind that we should have a discussion?
Uh, let's talk about something school.
Okay, ma'am.
So tell me, how do you manage? Like, do you try to speak with students in English nowadays? Since, as you were telling me that you are learning this language, so do you try?
Yeah, ma'am, as I told you, I was having the issues, while communicating with my students, speaking to them in English. Uh, as I told you, I am from Odisha. So in Odisha school, it is English is only a subject, nothing more than that. The teacher will come to the class and he will just translate the text, nothing else. So it was only a subject. So during my schooling days, I did not have that kind of environment that I will get a chance to speak with my friends and others. So I did not have that chance. And now when I'm working as a teacher, so here most of the students are from tribal communities, so they only understand Hindi language or their local native language. So whenever I try to, many students are there who are able to understand my language in English, but there are also, most of the students, they don't get my point if I try to speak to them in English. So it is like, most of the time I try to connect with them in English and Hindi language.
Okay. So since, as you were telling me that you are a English teacher, okay. So you can just do it in your classroom, and you can just encourage students talking with them, and making them understand like a sentence or a grammatical rule you are trying to understand them. Then you
Yeah,
can
but
also encourage them
yeah,
by
ma'am. But
talking in
as I
English.
told you, few students are there who are very bright, who are very intelligent. So I feel I'm their English teacher, and if I'm not that much, that much good at speaking, then how can I encourage them? I should be their ideal. I should be their, like model. So they should be, inspired from me, but I'm not feeling that much confidence, and I'm not good at speaking. So that is why sometimes, it is not possible for me to encourage them. Even I try to connect with them in Hindi only.
Okay. So
Yeah.
since you have taken a decision that you have to have a good command over English language, so now you can just try this in your classroom. So which class do you teach? Like,
Yeah, I was teaching class 5, 6, 7.
okay. So
Yeah.
the students must have aware of grammatical basic rules like tenses and all.
Yeah, they're just getting introduced to tense.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. So, it is like, I'm having these issues. I had a deep interest since my schooling days, that I should be able to speak in English, and I was much more interested to learn the language. And when I got this, it is a temporary job, but when I got this opportunity, it was a kind of challenge for me. And I know that I will get to learn so many things, so many new things, throughout this journey. But at the same time, somehow it feels bad that I'm not that much good at speaking. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever tried to, talk on the stage and, deliver the speeches or and all in Hindi?
Yeah. Being a teacher, it is a must. You have to give speech, you have to do commentary. At in a cricket match, I was doing the commentary in English only.
Okay,
So
nice.
they were very much impressed.
Okay.
But
So,
most of the time, I most
is
of
there
the time
anybody
I
in your
think
school, like
that I am falling
your
short.
colleagues?
Yeah, ma'am, please repeat again.
Is there anybody in your school, like any one of your colleagues, they talk in English
No,
with
no,
others?
no one is there, who is talking to me in English.
Okay.
It is also not compulsory for us to speak to us colleagues in English, but it is compulsory for us to speak in English only inside the classroom. But if I'm going to speak to them in English, they are not going to understand a thing. That is also a
Teachers,
problem.
are you talking about teachers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And students also.
Yeah, about students, I can understand, I can relate, but as you are telling me that teachers has to uh, talk in English, speak in English in the classrooms, so they must know and they should be have the knowledge.
Yeah, ma'am. And do you work in any other field, any department?
As I
So
told
you're
you, I'm
not
a
working.
homemaker, not
So
working.
have you never tried for a job, ma'am?
No, I never ever tried. As I got married, I was just staying and just living at my home,
Okay, so what
just
was
working on my personality. Because as I told you that I am very passionate about this English language, so I used to learn this English language and I used to search words from the dictionaries and all, and I used to work on like in my grammatical patterns, grammatical rules, as I say.
yeah, but ma'am, don't take me wrong, but women or men at your age are, I feel they are less motivated to learn or to start something new.
Yeah, but as I told you earlier, I have been, had this kind of, passion. I was very fascinated towards this English language, so I never ever dropped this idea from my mind that I don't have to do anything. Initially, since I was like a child, in my childhood, I had this dream that someday there will be a day and I will be speaking in English, a good English language. I'll have that moment, but I didn't do anything for that. But I
And
was always sorry.
why do you need to have a YouTube channel? Is it compulsory to have a YouTube channel while you are, practicing spoken English?
No, for practice, for this kind of speaking practicing, I just made my this YouTube channel. I started making my own videos for the, practicing, just for the practicing, not for any other reasons.
Okay.
And I'm working on
So
that.